Bien, y esta semana termina, o terminó, depende de cuando ustedes estén viendo este especial, este programa de Cine y Series 21, Moon Knight, que fue el gran estreno que tuvimos de Disney Plus sobre la expansión del universo Marvel con este personaje, que es un personaje muy querido entre la comunidad de fans, una creación del guionista de cómics Doug Moench, que ha realizado una de las mejores historias de Batman, un tipo que conocía mucho Batman, entonces por eso crea un héroe de Marvel con algunas cosas similares. Si bien acá relaciona este héroe con algunas leyendas egipcias, mitología, etcétera, bueno, no deja de ser un hombre en realidad que tiene su personalidad dividida y que se convierte en una suerte de caballero justiciero por las noches sin poder controlarlo demasiado. Bueno, el personaje que eligieron para componer a un héroe con tantas capas de lectura es el actor que eligieron, es Oscar Isaac. La verdad que la serie está muy bien desde lo visual. Es realmente superior a la serie aún la actuación de Oscar Isaac, que compone a dos personajes, ¿no? Steven y Mark, precisamente, que se disputan entre sí, digamos, la realidad que los circunda. Lo que sucede, no sucede. Hay todo un juego con el tema de salud mental. De hecho, el episodio número 5 está todo ambientado en una suerte de manicomio onírico, mezcla con lo mitológico también. Lo que sucede es una gran pieza de narrativa audiovisual. Todo eso tiene este Moon Knight, que está bien. Es una serie que no sabremos si tiene segunda temporada, porque no es que le está yendo tan bien a Disney Plus con esta apuesta, pero vale la pena entrarle. Es una serie innovadora, es una serie que apela al espectador a que dé un poco más, y es una mezcla de aventuras con Indiana Jones, con algo de suspenso y también con terror, como no. Cada episodio es diferente entre sí, lo cual ahí también hay una apuesta interesante desde la identidad de la serie. Y bien, es realmente algo a tener en cuenta entre las series que se han estrenado. Insisto, termina último episodio esta semana, así que disfrútenla, la pueden ya ver entera y completa los 6 episodios de Moon Knight.
I can't tell the difference between my waking life and dreams. Day and night. It must be very difficult. The voices in my mind, in your head. There's chaos in you. Embrace it.
Y bueno, vamos a darle un poco más de marco y para que vean cómo se trabajó el tema de los personajes en este poco más de minuto y medio que dura este adentro de la serie que tiene preparado Disney Plus, para entender un poco la lógica de los personajes y también el modo de la producción.
There's chaos in you.
The fun of Moon Knight is getting introduced to a new superhero in a new world.
It's a real, legitimate character study.
I can't tell the difference between my waking life and dreams.
Moon Knight is a spectacular character. He's got an incredibly unique visual look.
Our job was to kind of put a lens on the things that had the most dramatic juice, and ultimately take the mental health aspect incredibly seriously.
I am Stephen.
The way we're tackling the story, we learn about Stephen and then learn about Mark.
What's wrong with you, Mark?
Why did you call me Mark?
And they're the same person.
The tone is like Fight Club meets Indiana Jones. It's a bit dark at times. To tie it into something so vast and supernatural, it's amazing. Thank you.
Every aspect of this show has a duality, and we've shifted the paradigm.
For me, what's really exciting is that it's totally unpredictable.
Y tuvimos la suerte de hablar con May Calamawy, que es la coprotagonista. El personaje de Oscar Isaac es el principal, pero este personaje femenino es realmente muy fuerte. Van a ver cómo le preguntamos eso precisamente en la entrevista. Un poco nos describió la serie, nos describió lo que tuvo que prepararse ella para componer ese papel, por qué le interesó ese papel, gratísima charla tuvimos con May Calamawy, esta actriz que de alguna manera sintió que componiendo a esta Layla, por un lado, objeto de deseo de Stephen y Mark, ahí de estas dos personalidades que se cruzan en Oscar Isaac y que de alguna manera están enamorados de Layla. Bueno, también es una mujer de armas tomar, es una mujer fuerte, es una mujer de acción que tiene que afrontar de alguna manera algo que pone en peligro a todo el mundo. Vamos a disfrutar entonces de la entrevista que tuvimos con ella.
Hi, nice to meet you, May. How are you?
How are you?
Greetings from Argentina. Thank you for these minutes. What attracted you to this project in first place?
When I first heard about it, the description was like Egyptian woman. And I was like, I'll do it, you know.
Yeah,
They didn't tell us a lot about the role. And I was really excited to represent an Arab woman. Number one, to be part of the Marvel universe, but especially to be able to represent an Arab woman on it.
How do you define the series?
I don't think it can easily be defined because every episode is different.
Yeah.
And I think something that I love about that is it does take you on an adventure, but it really ties in the idea of the mental health into the fabric of the whole story, because we, as the audience, get to see really what Stephen and Mark are going through. And it's all manifested through the different adventure.
Oh.
If that makes sense. Like it's out of this world and it's confusing and it's fun, but it's also scary. And I feel like that's what can, you know, I can't say that that's everything that someone goes through with DID, but I'm sure a large part of it is a big part of the confusion.
Yeah. I agree to that. And what can you tell me about your character? It's a strong character. I like very much your character, but what can you tell me about your character as an actress?
Layla, I found her to be really strong and resilient, and she fights for the people, and she does what she thinks is right, and she just goes for it. She doesn't think twice. But at the same time, she's very vulnerable and wears her heart on her sleeve. And I like that about her because it feels like I get to play a full woman.
Yeah, I agree to that too. The character is different. We saw 4 episodes as journalists. The character is different in the 2 first episodes and get stronger in 4 episodes. How do you prepare for the action scenes?
So I had 2 months of stunt training before I started filming, and I had a trainer, my own trainer, come. So it was like 3 hours of training a day. And then my trainer was training me throughout the project. And something I loved about the stunt team is they would just create a choreography and I'd have to just go do it. There was no time to think, to get scared. They just pushed me. And that's how I discovered who Layla was, because I just got thrown into things. And that's how it felt on set. Sometimes I was like, what do I have to do? Like green screen and then this and then that. And I would just throw myself into it. And I was like, this is who Layla is.
Yeah. It's difficult to work with green screen to you?
Yeah, it was strange the first time I had to do it, because you don't know how big you need to be. And I felt really silly. And then I was very self-conscious because you have like 100 people watching you and they just want to go home and finish filming. So I wanted to do it right, but it was a struggle. And then one day I saw Oscar doing it and I was like, how do you do this? And he was just like, this is all I had to do on Star Wars. And I realized green screen is one of those things that it's its own form of acting and you develop it with experience. So over time, I started to get really comfortable with it.
What can you tell me about the production process? How do you work with the directors and writers? Could you add anything as an actress to your character?
When we first started, we were lucky. We spent 6 hours on every episode having rehearsals. I believe it was Ethan who suggested this. And it was the producer, it was Grant Curtis, it was all 3 directors, myself, Oscar, Ethan, and Mohammed Diab's wife, which was really nice to have, another female perspective in there. But we would read the scenes, we would go over it. If there was ever a hole in the story, we would tackle that. And I feel like that gave us a lot, that kind of collaboration really empowers you. So that on the day when we're filming, if something doesn't feel right, you can speak up and say like, something is off. And then we all work on it together. So it was fun and it feels safe.
Your character is the stronger with, of course, the main character of Oscar. How is work with Oscar? A lot of time on screen.
So much fun. He had such an intense role, but in between takes, he was always ready to just play and have fun. And also he was really helpful. If there was something if I felt stuck, I would just say, I don't know what to do right now. There's so much going on. And he would just talk to me about it. And it was very helpful. He was very generous with his time. So shooting with him was always fun.
The show it has a dark tone. Will it get darker in the last episodes? Spoiler free, of course.
I don't know. You're going to have to watch.
Well, May, you are great. Thank you very much. Congratulations again. And nice to meet you.
You too.